Morning, Pam.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's do a few intros while we're waiting for us too. So, Pam, you want to introduce yourself and let others come in?
Sure, absolutely. Hi, everybody. Pam Boris. I've been joining this call for about maybe 2 years. I am in the Boston area. Obviously, I am an AI trainer, fractional CMO, and the co-founder of Women Applying AI, which I know many of you are aware of. 6-month-old nonprofit community based here, but with a global membership, and we have reached 1,000 members as of this week.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yep.
That's fantastic. It's 2 years old. When did you guys start that?
I mean, technically, we launched 6 months ago at Boston AI
Okay,
Week. So, yes, the interest has been off the charts.
that's
So, thanks,
fantastic.
Paul. You've been a huge catalyst for it. So, thank you.
Congrats. Oh, Doug Williams. Doug, you want to say hi? Introduce yourself. Doug, can you hear me? Doug's not available. All right, let's go. Scott Perlinsky. Say hi, Scott.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Scott Perlinsky here from South Shore AI. We have been helping mostly nonprofits lately, just sort of get an idea of what AI is and start getting some of their folks trained and do some audits and map out a blueprint for them. And it's really, my schedule doesn't often allow me to join, so I'm really glad to be here today.
That's good. Well, welcome, Scott.
Thanks.
Beverly, you want to say hi? It's always great to see
Hi,
you.
I'm Beverly Kahn. We've known Paul for years, and we've been with him since he started trying to create AI in Massachusetts as the best place to be. I'm the founder of New Dimensions in Technology. We are a boutique, high-tech, business tech placement company. I'm heavily involved in New England, but now we're working on assignments throughout the United States. We have many opportunities right now, if you know, for engineers, software engineers, with fintech companies. Some are in San Francisco, one is in Chicago, but has offices in New York, and another one is in New York City, but is allowing people to work remotely. The salaries are really high, but then again, they have a high bar in who they hire. So if you know of any people that are passive or looking for opportunities, kindly send them my way, and I would appreciate it.
That's great. Good to see you. Let's do a few more intros, and if you're comfortable putting you on a video, please do it. Normal, you want to say hi? Normal, you're on mute. Normal, can you hear us? All right, let's go with Matt Lynch. Matt, you want to say hi?
How you doing? Glad to be here.
Good. Where are you calling from, Matt?
New Hampshire.
Oh, good.
Kids have another snow day.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Crazy winter.
you probably have winters where there were no snow days for the kids, so this is a heaven, right?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, good. Well, great, everyone. We'll get started here. I've got a few more people come. Let's do one more intro. I've got someone to say. Who else can I grab? Um, Dan McCarthy. Dan, say hi.
How's it going, everybody? Dan McCarthy here. I am right now in southern New Hampshire, but I'm sort of between New Hampshire and Boston. I'm with Nirmal, who you couldn't just hear a minute ago. I do a lot of stuff with him. He's working with me in my group as a tech advisor. I'm with Prompt Tank, which is a patent pending proprietary AI governance platform that's model agnostic, and we're focusing specifically on AI safety and outputs. And we currently have a white paper with Springer Nature in its final set of revisions. So it's really exciting. And as me and my co-founder, who's in LA and is a Yale trained linguist and was on the team that originally trained Google Bard, we've got something really kind of interesting cooking in the market. And I'm part of the Mass AI Coalition as well. Nice
That's
to meet you.
fantastic. Great. Thanks, Dan. Great to have you here. So, for folks who are new, don't know us, our mission is to implement practical efforts to attract, retain, and grow AI talent. This is a group about getting stuff done. It's not a policy group. It's not a complaining group. If you want that, get your own group. And we've been doing this for a year and a half. This is our 26th meeting here. We don't solicit. We don't sell the email. I know a lot of people want that. We aren't here to promote vendors. We're really here to promote the cross collaboration from all these incredible smart brainiacs I found in this town that don't always know what's going on. So I really do believe 1+1 = 5, and just some email coordination and in-person meetings that we can get there. we have any startups online? Oh, and last thing, if you haven't been to this meeting, a meeting goes quickly, so we're going to try to hit a lot of it's a staccato thing, so it's 3 to 4 minutes each. And if I ask you to gently to wrap up, it's not because what you're not saying is not important. What you're saying is not important. It's because there's other people with unimportant things that we want to get the mic to and keep it within 45 minutes or an hour. One of the things we continue to want to focus on is even listening more to voice a customer for AI founders. Do we have any AI founders on the line by chance? Yeah, Grant. Yeah, and Dan, Dan, don't tell us the pitch or why to buy your product. Tell us what you need from a community standpoint. What are the top two things that would be helpful for you as you grow your business?
Right now we've been in sort of shadow quiet build mode for the last 2 years. We're right at a point now where we're starting to talk to the angel investors and some of the seed round funding to build out our platform to that MVP and V0. We've run some pilots within some of the frontier models, but the concept of what we do is outside of that for a more deterministic thing that sits in the browsers like a Grammarly. So we're right at a point of bringing on some seed funding so we can build out the devs and start to implement some of these pilots that we have going. So it's really just we're really at the funding point.
And from that, are you targeting angels in Boston area? Going to New York? You going to the Valley?
Well, honestly, right now, because of this was sort of born in mass, and with the stuff I've been doing with the Mass AI Coalition, not only the storytelling task force, but also the coalition at large, we're really looking to make this a Massachusetts thing. And a lot of the most promising conversations I've had, and some of the conversations I'm having with people like Nirmal and so on and so forth, is that it's really making this a Massachusetts thing. And, if you listen to the governor at the launch of the coalition, like this Mass could be the real epicenter of the AI push. And I believe that. And I think any companies in AI that found here can stay here, can create the jobs that will, stem the tide of the great AI displacement that the doomers talk about, and Mass could really be the center of the AI universe.
That's fantastic. Dan, we've got 45 people on. Go ahead, Nirmal.
No, I just want to say, like, having some difficulty in my audio, but I don't know if Dan shared with you. Dan moved to Boston to start his company, so that's great. And yeah.
That's fantastic. And Dan, we got 40 people on the line. If you get one ask, put an ask out there? Is it intros to investors? Is it coders? Is it intros to customers?
I think it would be intros to investors, because the short path we could do to take all of the work we've built into this proprietary and very unique approach to governance that doesn't quite exist yet would get us quickly to be able to bring on the small army of devs and coders on top of the available tools that are out there, that we could start to push into some of these pilot programs that we already have interested parties in within our sort of sweet spot is regulated industries, right? Healthcare, finance. In Massachusetts, that could even be cannabis. That's a heavily regulated market. I've run some pilot programs in legal cannabis already using some of these concepts. So the intros would be key. And honestly, besides intros to investors, it's really just really expanding the community. Anybody that's on this call probably doesn't need to be told. We are way ahead of the ball here. This is a deep blue ocean. You don't need to boil it. But creating community and really expanding your network quickly while everybody's at the sort of bleeding edge of adoption rates, and even how some people are barely even ambling onto free, using the free frontier models, let alone getting really deep into the available tools now. So it's an exciting time. But yeah, intros at that level would be really key for Prompt Tank.
That'd be great, Dan. If you could drop your email into the chat, it'd be great. John Warner, did I see you log in? John, are you here?
Yep.
Are you have a share? You able to? You got a computer to share an update?
Yeah. Yep. You want me to share?
Yeah, please.
All right. Great. Hi everyone. I'm at the sports analytics event. That's why I'm wearing my baseball hat, celebrating the Red Sox. You may hear some of the music in the background. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
We can, John.
Okay. So Imagination Action. We just had the one in Davos. The next one's going to be at Google's main venue in September, and at Stanford and at NVIDIA. But the one coming up, which is less than like a month and a few days, is Leading an Intelligent World, April 9th and 10th. You guys are going to hear it first. On Thursday, we're going to do an AI agents workshop, build your first agent, security and response autonomy. We're going to do an autonomous companies. We're going to really do a deep dive in this. And then the second day, we have an evening event at Akamai, the top floor that looks over all of Cambridge. We're going to do some pitches of some of the things that were created. I feel like we're responding to the moment. Here's a little bit more on it. I know this is being recorded for people who want to read this, but I think this is important to do so we can be cutting edge. The summit, we're going to have multiple stages. The Future Forum, IEEE Tech Talks, those are technical talks. We're going to do more than one Forbes recording studio, and we're going to do the startup pitches. So the lineup, this is the building that it's going to be at. These are some featured speakers. Alexander Amini, they made a big announcement yesterday about some of their licenses. Excited, Liquid AI is the highest valued seed company to ever come out of MIT. I think it's 2.6 billion. We have the head of enterprise for Stanford Health. He's flying in. So an example where people are sad, people are going west. This is an example where someone's coming east. Daniela Roos, she's awesome, has a lot to share. The former CTO of Grok, they've been sold to NVIDIA, so he is sort of, he's an interesting position for some of you. You may want him as an advisor or help understand where hardware is going. Ray Stata, founder of Analog, we're going to celebrate him. Top Gun, Elrica invests 7.4 trillion. Mark Benioff, many of you know him. Salesforce, owner of Time Magazine, and CEO of Zapier. These are also some startups. We're taking more startups that have applied. If you know of some, let us know. And right now, these are all the speakers we have. You can click on any of these and get their social cards. We have enterprise, we have investors. I was making this slide a second ago. We have journalists, the tech editor and media editor for the Wall Street Journal's coming in, Randall Lane, who created 30 Under 30, former top editor at NPR. And I reached out to Aaron Pressman. He was involved last year. My guess is he'll be involved again, Globe guy. We're doing all sorts of stuff with robots. We have the executive director of Stanford Robot Center. Naveed just left Boston Dynamics. We have some great large language model people. This is the daughter of van der Leyen, the president of the EU. She has a great program. Excited. My AI column, I'm writing about it tomorrow. We have Cohere. This is the Top Gun guy. Alvin is one of the smartest on U.S.-China relations with AI. Litzy. We have Databricks. This guy took WWE from like 9 million to 9 billion on streaming, and it'd be interesting to hear what he has to say. I mentioned Zapier, CTO of Car Gurus. I want to get a bunch of leaders from the area. Bill Allet has confirmed. We have people from science. We're voice. These are reaching to. This is MIT professor that's building islands. With climate change, that'll be interesting. I'm in touch with Peter, the founder of what is now OpenClaw, see about doing something around him. And then Mass AI Hub, Sabrina confirmed. We have folks coming in from Google. This is one of the first members of DeepMind. StarCloud, they're the ones putting the data center in space. This guy used to be an admiral. He's now at AWS, MIT grad. And then the day before, we're going to do the workshop for startups with Randall Lane. And then this is the venue at MIT. We'll have the technical talks in here. We're going to have a bunch of different stations on the top floor where we're going to be recording. And then we're going to reserve two venues at the Quinn House, where we'll do a VIP reception for speakers in Lunasol. We bought it out and do a dinner. And then this is Akamai. We're going to do a great closing at Akamai. And as I mentioned, the Forbes stations are going to be like this. CEO of Glean, he's trying to figure out if he can come. But we're really excited, and a lot of great. We have about 800 people that have applied to attend, and we're going to go through each application. And the event is free, but we want to really curate a great audience. But thank you all for your support. If you know of people that should be part of the program, there's no selling from the stage. We just want to be one of the most important places where people can get content, and we're going to, share all the content out there. Some people think the singularity may have already happened. I don't know if that's the case, but these are crazy times, and we want to get the best and brightest together to talk about what are the challenges, what are the opportunities. And there are a lot of AI native companies. We want to celebrate them, and then there are a lot of companies that want to go become AI first, and we want to help them. So Paul, that's what I got.
Fantastic, John. There's a couple questions on one was, how do you register for the workshops the day before? Is that a separate registration?
Yeah, so I'm going to put that on the website, and that's going to be up there real soon. And my guess is there's going to be a ton of interest in that. So within 24 hours, that'll be up.
Great. Fantastic. And people don't know, John, another incredibly globally unique aspect of the Boston area here. So these are incredible events. If you haven't been to one, it's breathtakingly powerful in terms of knowledge and networking.
Yeah, so I just heard from the CEO of Akamai and CTO. I just said, hey, do you want us to do the AI, workshop on agents at Akamai? So I may move that to top floor of Akamai. So you're learning about this real time.
That's fantastic. Thanks, John. John, any support you need or help from the team?
Yeah, no, I could use a lot of support. Just email me, jwarner@mit.edu, and happy to deploy you.
Great. Super. Thanks. And is Ryan, were you able to join? I didn't see him. Dan, you're familiar with AI Coalition. You want to share overview?
Yeah, the Mass AI Coalition, I mean, simply put, is the push to, make it so the launch of AI, put another way, it's a private sector initiative to unite all the founders, operators, students, investors, supporters, and builders that will really make the next generation of AI. Okay, it's going to build the next era of AI and have it be in Massachusetts. So it's powered by tech companies in Mass. There's something like 30 partners. Their aim is to have over 100 events over the course of the year. There's 9 different task forces, and there's a lot of founding hosts. I was at the launch at the Whoop headquarters in Fenway. They're the 2026 chair. I'm speaking with their storytelling task force for some initiatives, both for live in real life cohorts and educations. As everybody here, I'm sure knows, there's an influx of requests asking for communities to rise and resources for folks, particularly some that are actually late career. And that demand is that they're in the later stages of their career and they want to learn AI, apply it in their own work. Some of it to apply it into a Fortune 500 blue chip company, some that are just, they own a multi-million-dollar HVAC company out of Brockton. They still want to use this technology for the better. And with those kinds of, say, demographics, they have money, they're used to paying for things. So getting over pain points with some of these cohorts and events and potential in real life learning seminars is part of the overall kind of push of the coalition. There's tons of different growth and early stage supporters, public company supporters, and VC supporters. So with the ecosystem as it is, Mass has led the world in turning breakthroughs into real world impact, as the Secretary of Economic Development for the Commonwealth of Mass has said, and AI is the next chapter of that story. The coalition is seeing to lead AI from here, empower those founders and operators, build the future of AI in the Commonwealth, and make Boston the most welcoming city in America for anyone interested in working alongside scrappy builders, world-class talent. And in an age where, AI is allowing non-technical people even to build technical solutions, myself included. I'm a 20-year journalist that got into this some years ago because I saw the writing on the wall, but then using natural language to kind of find a pain point and come up with a creative solution, and then start to stress test that and then get technical eyes on it and be like, hey, this I couldn't have done this 10 years ago. I couldn't have done this 20 years ago. I can do this now.
It's fantastic, Dan. So thank you. I'll put the link into that. So go sign up, support them. They're doing great stuff over there. Boston Tech Week. For people who don't know, this is Andreessen Horowitz. They've been doing this for years in LA, San Francisco, New York. This is a decentralized conference where you have a shared conference in each venue. I think last year they had 8,000 small, medium events here in New York City. Last year, we asked them to come to Boston and said Boston was too small, so we did our own Boston AI Week, and lo and behold, they suddenly decided they want to do it, so which is fabulous. So theirs is May 26th through the 31st. They've already got people signed up here, but anyone can do an event as long as AI related. So take a look at that. Is there any questions on the Boston Tech Week? Is anyone online signed up yet or hosting events? I know Harvard and a few other folks are in the process. Great. So that is AI Hub. Gabrielle, are you on? I think that's left over here. Jeffrey, you on for New Hampshire? Yeah, we'll give an update.
Right here.
Yeah, tell us what you're doing and how we can help.
Well, we're looking at this as a regional opportunity here for AI, and we're taking it up into New Hampshire. There's a new hub for events and information in New Hampshire, AINewHampshire.org. I'm also helping to run the Tinkerers in New Hampshire that was inspired by Boston. So we have a AI Tinkerers running in Manchester on a monthly basis. We started that in January of this year. We've got some great folks up here demoing some pretty crazy things, OpenClaw, local models, a lot of great stuff. We have our own AI week up here in New Hampshire, the 13th through the 19th, and you can check out the events there. I'm personally hosting a couple of those. There's a community workshop for the Kendall Framework on the 14th, and that'll be open for people in IT, and we'll have a sync with that for the IT Tinkerers. Additionally, Roman and I are running a Kendall Framework AI Literacy in Brattleboro, Vermont, so we want to promote that out in Western New Hampshire, Western Mass, and that's going to be on March 24th during the week, and you can sign up there. And the ask is participate and promote. So I'll post these links into the chat, and you can link up with Roman and I and get all this information from there.
That's fantastic. And for folks who aren't aware, the OpenClaw thing is just on fire. And debate if it's going to get consumed by the Frontier Labs. But we had a webinar last week where Ashish showed his OpenClaw and his Claude, and we had 425 people sign up and 250 people show up. There's two OpenClaw hackathons coming up. Both have sold out within like 2 days. So and if you haven't experienced it or seen it, it's very interesting. I've got mine set up on a different computer, but it gives you visually, helps you understand where these personal assistants are going. Claude from Anthropic's already had matched 3 or 4 of the features already. So I think we're going to quickly, within 3 or 4 months, see the same features in a safer way. And certainly ChatGPT and Claude.
Yeah, thanks, Paul, for all the inspiration, everyone on this call. John, Paul, the people here who've inspired me to bring this up to New Hampshire and start making this a regional effort. So thanks.
Super. Thank you. All right, let's keep driving. What's next on the agenda here? Let me jump back to that. That's New Hampshire. Judah, are you on?
I am on.
So Judah, if I could have just a 2-minute update, okay?
120 seconds, starting now.
Thank you.
You bet. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
So when I started the generative AI meetup in, what was it, May 2023, Paul, and I think we met, the goal I set was that Massachusetts should be the leading AI economy by 2035. And Paul concurred, and that's one of the reasons the Mass Blueprint was created. So I want to commend Paul on that. And because very little of this would have happened without Paul, John Warner, and some other folks on the call. The Boston Generative AI Meetup is the largest AI meetup in the world now. There's more than about 6,000 people that have come through the doors. So that led to the AI in Massachusetts career fair. So I'll take a little more time because I'm not going to talk about that outside of Boston AI Week. And that's over the last 2 years brought together about 5,000 job seekers and more than 50 companies, including some federal support. And then I decided to create something called Boston AI Week based on the meetup and the career fair and partner with Paul. Said, Paul, let's throw a generative AI world during AI Week. We'll put some parties in there and fund them. And that became the first and largest city and statewide AI festival on the planet. So straight out of Boston. It's going to be held for the second year from the 24th to the 2nd. And we're targeting 300 events. Last year it went 23 days. And there were more than 15,000 people that showed up, 110 different organizations, including like some global recognition, not of the John Warner style, but we had Swiss Public Television come and profile a great company in Boston, Maven AGI, as well as talk to Sabrina for the European networks. It went across 8,000 square miles. So this year it's going to be a bit bigger and there's a lot going on. It's a little premature to start talking about all of it, but you can see who attends. The list is about 25,000. The great news is that Google is a core partner and on the board, along with several other folks, well, a couple folks on the call. We'll also have participation from the other hyperscalers. This is just a small fraction of the folks involved. Thanks to WS Development, we'll have access to the majority of the seaport and a pretty significant part of Boston University, including the CDS building. So really appreciate all the support. Who's helping? Well, I started it up, Paul's on the board, and we've got a whole host of entrepreneurs and investors in the city who typically are founders. So Google's also on the board. So we'll see what happens as we expand it this year.
Judah, it's a
The ask
fantastic.
is, the ask just ended up is talk about it, attend, host an event, or if you have some budget, sponsor. Welcome to reach out. I'm at Judah AI Week, and thanks for the time.
Fantastic, Judah. And the website's update. Can people start registering now for events, or are you guys still building that part of it?
Yeah, so certainly can start registering now. The schedule on there is from last year. There'll be some integration work to get the new schedule up.
Okay.
But yeah, you can start registering now. There's already a bunch of events. They just haven't been posted. Should be a pretty exciting week, The state of Boston is involved. City of Boston is involved. The state's involved. The federal government's involved. It may be involved again. So it's a unique thing. We'll have the symphony involved. Some of the sports teams will be involved. The idea is to integrate arts and culture along with the AI Week backbone. Continue to support the startup investment community as well as the scale ups and the enterprises.
Really fantastic.
Super cool stuff. Thank you.
Thank you, Judah. Appreciate it. It's Eric on. So one of the things that we've been trying to get through is we're global. Another globally unique asset is these 113 colleges and universities. We bring 435,000 students each year, 17,000 of which are engineers of software, data, and AI, 95% of which don't have any idea that there's an AI ecosystem or tech ecosystem in Boston here. And we've got to get the word out. I don't think you should be able to come to the state and at least not be aware of the commercial. And this video is one attempt at that. Christina or Debbie, are you here from Museum of Science? Can you share an update?
Yes. Hi, Paul. Good morning. Thank you. Museum of Science, quick update on this. Couple things. We are actively working to solidify plans for a panel for AI Week in the fall. So we have that first Monday in the books for the museum in terms of securing a space for the event. And I believe Debbie already put that on the draft agenda for that week. So that's really great. That'll be a second year in a row for that collaboration between AI Week, MOS, and HBSAB. So that's great. And then secondly, for Tech Week, we are also set for another event there that's on the calendar. The one question on that is registration, which we're trying to work through. Paul, I'll email that separately. MOS has a certain process and they'd like to expand it to get, ticketing through their process, which will expand the audience and the awareness. And they're having a challenge trying to get that to be allowed, if you will, through the Tech Week processes. Apparently the ticketing and registration is kind of a single process through certain channels, but I'll address that through you. And
this is the A16Z because they all want to go to Partiful. Is that the idea?
Yeah. They in order to, the MOS has very certain specific registration processes, and in order to market it, they need to register. They need to have registration through the MOS channels, and so I'll email you separately. But I think in order to maximize awareness and to maximize attendance, we should look for maybe a little better collaboration, some exception to the
well, I
rules
didn't
for that.
realize. So right now, the standard operating procedure is anybody has to register, and A16Z gets an email.
Yeah. There's some kind of rub there, but I'll figure it out and I'll email you and see if we can work around it. But otherwise, there's last weekend in March, there's Women's History Month event taking place for anyone who's interested. They're having some AI events, and then there's also an upcoming AI literacy series coming up, which is a pilot series with Kim McCormick and I and her team are doing an AI literacy series pilot for the museum. And if that goes well, it'll become an ongoing series in partnership. And it's all part of what's been possible through this AI blueprint collaboration with the museum. So it's just kind of proof of how this is all blossoming and expanding and going. So thank you.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate. Now I've got 1,000 questions now on Boston Tech Week. I mean, are they selling those emails? And Judah, that might be one real value add.
Oh, well, I mean, I think AI Tech, Andreessen Horowitz Tech Week is fantastic. 100% support whatever they want to do. It's unfortunate, right, that they didn't choose to support Boston AI Week. I'm not doing any events, but that's just because I'm really busy. In terms of, registration, my view has always been like, if you're in the sponsorship model and you want accelerators for registration, that can be part of a sponsorship. If nonprofits or small startups need help, can certainly help out with that. But largely, like, I think people own their own lists. And I think you get kind of paranoid data industrial complex spooked out when people want to, push your hard-earned lists through, their own registration. It just doesn't sit well for me. But that's just my opinion.
But I think it's a real legitimate issue. Is Bentley, Harvard, Tufts, BU, Boston College going to promote an event to their students that they're all going to get marketed to here? But we don't need to solve that right now.
I'm shipping up to Boston, right? Not out. So my goal is to, ship up.
I didn't raise it to open a can of worms, just kind of a brief awareness and kind of a prelude to an email I want to send you guys to help solve if you can. And if we can't, then, it is what it is. But
have you talked with Rose at A16Z?
I pointed James Monroe at the museum to her, and we'll figure it out.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank
you. Responsible AI and health. Issa, you're here? I think I saw you log in.
Yes, I'm here. I'm just gonna send you a link if you can open it. So, in spirit of the Women's Day, we're organizing different conferences that starts on Women's Day, on supporting women on the pathway to parenthood. So while it's more of reproductive health and how ethical AI can help in that. There's also the parts where I would need support on these topics. financial planning for future parents, understanding employer benefits, insurance realities, and saving strategies. This in New York, we're doing an event together with Oppenheimer and Goodwin, also legal and societal guidance on workshops with legal experts, social advocates on different ways of making families.
That's fair. Can you be more specific about what is support? Are you looking for sponsors? You're looking for speakers? You're looking for
Speakers,
attendees? Looking for
speakers,
promotion?
mostly speakers, yes. And one also in career and parenthood that's on exploring workplace policy. And again, these are for employer benefits, HR, but also women who support women's health. The other day, 3 days ago, I was in a call with Jamie Belcito. People were talking about the impact of mental health, billions dollar of a maternal, and there is reproductive, and also the young population are delaying more and more, which causes less birth rates and or abandoning the childhood aspirations completely. So
That's great.
it's
So I
to
want to keep moving. Those are the asks. Can you put your email into the chat?
yes, it's it's in the it's in the link. The link is published, but I'll put it over there as well. So any speakers around these topics that are in the link are welcome to participate. And if you can let me know. The events will just kick off in the Women's Day, but they will go ahead for a few months.
Well, fantastic. We appreciate you sharing. Good luck on the event. Kendall Square, I saw Brendan. And then my goal in life, as everyone knows, to end every meeting 5 minutes early. We have a chance to end 15 minutes early or 20. So Brendan, take us home here. Yeah.
Morning. I got to say, Paul, the cohesion, and thank you. I mean, everybody, this is so much more cohesive than it was even 5 months ago. I mean, Paul, it's really amazing what you're doing. One of the things, so we are running a nonprofit workshop on the 22nd of April that the help that we're asking for is please help promote this for immigration and legal aid, food banks, healthcare and immigration services, workforce development, arts programs. We can't leave these other programs behind with AI literacy. We can't, it can't just be all about profit, although it's incredibly important that we grow the jobs here in the Commonwealth. So we're going to continue running these free nonprofit workshops, and please help promote it. I'll put the link in just a second here. The other thing I just want to editorialize on quickly is one of the things that we're seeing out in the market in the Fortune 500 companies that we're working with and the medium-sized companies here in the Commonwealth is a real urgency gap in the both leadership and champions in the middle of the companies. We're seeing people use AI, and we're seeing people really accelerate with AI, but we're not seeing. There's just a problem with urgency across a lot of industries. I don't know how to address that. I'm just raising the fact that we are absolutely seeing people do amazing things and amazing new products, like the new LinkedIn Get Swan product that launched in the last few weeks. Astounding leaps in technology that people are missing. And so, Paul, I'm sure you're seeing it as well, that even building champion networks inside of a company, it just, you can't get sales teams to come to an AI training because, we got to get the quarter end done. There's a real urgency gap that we as a community, we need to address this too. So,
Brendan, I totally agree. I mean, and the difference between the people who are familiar and not familiar is growing. I was got invited to speak to 120 of the top executives at this big Fortune 500 company. I don't want to name 15,000 employees here. Paul, we know AI. Half of them couldn't log on to Copilot. And when they say the new AI, what they meant was, I know Copilot in my Outlook, and I heard we're integrating with Agentforce. They literally thought that's what AI was. So really, really is a gap. I see Lori on, Logan Curry. Logan, are you there? If you could talk. So the angst on the job front is really high. We have moved away from not hiring anybody, working with anyone. If you can't demonstrate to us, not tell, show us that you put at least 30 hours into ChatGPT or Copilot and actually show your work here. We're telling all our customers here, do not hire anybody if they can't prove they have agents here. We did a job posting last week. We're looking for a junior analyst that had 30 hours of Claude experience. We couldn't find any. We had 350 applicants, and no one is doing it here. Mark, I see your hands go up the same way over Invoice Cloud here. So I'm just going back to Brennan, your thing called this world is moving really quickly here. These students are coming out of college. You're going to be able to demonstrate with their 6 or 8 robots why they're 3 times more effective than the person who's 40 years. And the PE-owned firms are going to drive a truck through that because they are getting pressure. And the other ones aren't. So it's a real dynamic environment that's going on. But let's.
So I'm asking the group to really adopt it. If we can come up with some common terminology and ways to talk about this, so that we can campaign and build some, upswell. We've been using the term urgency gap. If there's a better term, we're happy to use it. But we have to get more people engaged, outside of 128. I love what Roman and Jeff are doing by reaching out to industry in places like Brattleboro. We have to reach further. It's just happening faster than all of us ever expected.
And then before we wrap up, people don't pay. We have daily AI show. In the last literally 90 days, the pace of AI is even increasing more with OpenClaw and Claude Code. OpenAI just dropped OpenAI ChatGPT for Excel. If you haven't seen Claude for Excel, it's breathtaking. And there's dozens and dozens and dozens, $100,000 plus jobs are going away because of Claude in Excel by itself, because it's that good on doing financial models here. So let's keep working together here. 1 + 1 = 5. Boston Unique. Let's be Team MA, and thank you everyone for joining. We'll take this recording and stick it up on the YouTube, and we ended 15 minutes early. So congrats everyone. Thanks.